Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is not something I do a lot, so it's gonna be the first time. So finally, in one of my past videos, I've talked with you about like kind of a SaaS idea about what I want to kind of build for myself. And I want to just go over with you with like what I've done in the past week. So finally, I've started that like almost a week ago, maybe a bit more, but I don't do a lot of time each day, just a couple of hours. So I want to show you what I've done and which tech I've used and why, and some of the code, what I've discovered and stuff like that. So this is something I want to try. I'm not sure if this is something you're gonna like, but why not? So finally, as you know, my plan was to build a tool where I'm gonna kind of manage a fantasy league. So if you're into sport a bit, like you have like a way for you to finally pick some player, and those player, when they do well, you do well, and example, you can win money with your friend and whatever, like as you want. So finally, for me, I'm a big hockey fan. I'm from Canada, so I think it's like our national sport. So here, what I've decided to do, it's a tool where I can manage my stuff, and people can create their own fantasy league, pick the player they want, and get notification and stuff like that when they finally do well in the game. So I'm gonna go with you over the project, and after that I'm gonna show you kind of the stuff I've done. So here I'm Emmanuel right there. And as you can see, I have my dashboard, stuff like that here. All the stuff here, it's fake data, nothing is working yet. The plan is here what is going to be to show like how much goal, assist, and point you've done in the past week and stuff like that. So this thing is pretty like that. After that, you're going to have like the player. Right now, it's not the amount of player, and everything here, it's statics. But the player and the team and stuff like that are coming from the database. So here, as you can see, some Martin did take Jamie and stuff like that. If you want to know, this is my brother and my uncle. So, and yeah, so you pick player, and because finally I'm Emmanuel, my player are highlight in blue. So I think it's just much more easier and stuff like that to see. After that, you're gonna have the biggest screen, which is called live score. So the live score, it's the place where, so finally, that was the game of yesterday. So you can see example flyers that win and stuff like that. And with all the players we have or in our pool, only Claude Giroux was playing, and that was in the team of my brother Guillaume. And as we can see, he did 1 goal, 1 assist, so 2 points. So here, don't worry, it should be update, and it's not our face, it's fake data. So again, but this thing, it's real data. This thing, it's real data. So all this stuff come from the NHL API. That was quite a lot. Their API is really, really nice, but it's not documented. So you need to play with that, and they get, example, getting the live feed and stuff like that. It's kind of like 30,000 like JSON object. It's crazy. So you need to do quite a lot. So yeah. After that, here the plan is to have like the standing. So example, you're gonna see like which in our pool is the better one, like the top, etc. And those tables gonna be like, you're gonna be able to filter and whatever. And the same with the player, you're gonna be able to search and stuff like that. After that, I'm the owner, so I have access to the setting. If you are not the owner, you cannot. So here you have the number of rounds, example, how many players each team can have and stuff like that. And the number of pooler you want to accept, because you can put your pool as public so people can join. Everything there I'm gonna show you. So example, here you can invite someone. So I'm gonna invite, example, John at gmail.com. So I'm gonna invite John. So now John get invite. So right now we have a pending invitation. So now if we go to Mailtrap, I get an invite to join my pool. So Emmanuel has invited you to join the pool EA. The name is really bad, I know. So I'm gonna open this link in incognito. So I'm gonna show you the flow, okay? So John don't have an account yet, so he need to register. So I'm gonna click register. So his name is John, and his email is john@gmail.com, password, and now you're gonna register. Beauty of the stuff I've used and stuff like that, it's now you see I get back to the screen where I was supposed to be before he get pushed to the authentication setup. And now right there he can accept the invitation. When he did accept, now you have access to the same exact stuff as us, like live and stuff like that. And now you see John is right there, and we have him in standing. But now the thing is, if I go there, all the members also get a notification. So this is a thing I just add, like John just joined EA, etc. So again, those things it's not done yet. It just had test the function. So, and as you can see now, if I go back to the app and I refresh, now John's gonna be a member and stuff like that. So this is like kind of the invitation. After that, also you can create some pool. So example, if I go back to the incognito and I go there, I'm gonna have also a list of public pools. And right now we have no public pools at all. So just for helping, just to finally creating one finally, I'm gonna create a new pool just to show you. So this is a public one. I'm gonna say, I don't know, like 30 round, and limit of pool, I'm gonna say 3. What happened finally, it's if you have a limit of 2, no one can join after the 2. So I'm gonna don't say it's private, I'm gonna put it like public. Again, this thing is really bad, don't worry, the UI is all gonna change. So now if I go back to the other version of John, now John have access to join this public. And why I want to make like public pool and stuff like that is because some people, I don't know, like they don't have friends who play, who like hockey and stuff like that, so they can just decide to join the public one. And for those who create one, they can decide, hey, I just want to get more people to join. So it's the same exact stuff. So you can accept to join, and now you have access to 2 pools. So you see John have access to the EA and the public one. So it's pretty nice. This drop down work with the keyboard and stuff like that, so it's pretty nice. So now, if I go back here, also mail trap, pull new member notification, John just joined, that's perfect. So this is a bit what I've done. Behind the scene, a lot is going on, okay? A lot, and when I say a lot, it's quite crazy because it's all background job. So what happened, it's each day, example, right now we are in the playoff. So each day, we have multiple games who's playing, and in those games, we need to have like the information about the player who is playing. And when the game is starting, I want to have kind of like a refresh to the screen to the user, like kind of not like a real time because it's polling, but like the user get pushed the new data of those players from their team who have done some point and stuff like that. So what happened is I need to have like a job to fetch the roster each day. I also have a job who need to fetch which game, like the schedule of the day. And in this job, I need to know like, hey, the first game it's at 7 p.m. So start to create the update game at 7 p.m. and continue to create the update game each 10 seconds until each game of the schedule is done. So you see like it's a lot of background job. As you can see, I have NHL game, I have NHL player. It's a list of 2081 player. It's kind of becoming pretty big. So this thing, it's refreshed each day because I want to make sure that I have like his age good and stuff like that. Some other player came sometime because they were in the American League and stuff like that. After that, like I have other stuff. Sorry, I don't pay for that. And so yeah, so you have the game, you have also like our pool, so the pool or the stuff I've just showed you. You have also the pool user and information like that. So this is the kind of stuff I've done. So we have quite a lot. And I use a lot of Redis stuff and the caching, so this is another stuff also. So yeah. So the technology I decided to use for this one was Laravel. It just because it's something like I know quite a lot. And I just feel like it's, I mean, I'm alone I don't have a DevOps team with me. Not a DevOps team, but like a engineer team with me. And I'm alone. I have help from stuff already built, and I need to have like some kind of guidance to build my stuff quicker, because I want that to be finally on the web in like a month, because I need that for the next season. So yeah. And so I decided to go with Laravel. That's the thing. I quite like it. Performance, I think it's pretty okay. It's not. I know it's not like Node and stuff like that, but I mean, who's care? Your customer don't gonna check for your 100 ms more than the others. So, and yes, it's PHP, but now PHP 7. It's pretty nice and stuff like that. I really like it. The thing I really like is the ecosystem and stuff like that. If you look in the documentation, also it's really, really good. I think it's, for me, I think it's the best documentation ever on the web. So like, you want to learn about many-to-many, you have example, you see how to do stuff and things like that. So that's kind of why also I decided to go. The documentation was really good. After that, one thing I really need was to test, because the thing is, I need to fake my world a lot, because the game are just from 7 p.m. to maybe like midnight, okay? But the thing is, I sleep also those hours. So what I need to do is fake my world. So I need to kind of like having a good testing framework with fakes and stuff like that. And it's so they do everything for me in this thing. Also, one thing I really like is they have the cache. So I'm gonna need Redis a lot, because the thing is, the way I make it work, it's the only one who talk to the NHL API or my background job. The server, so the client, they always gonna hit Redis, because that's the beauty of my kind of project ID, stuff like that, is the fact that the game are maybe like just 4 or 5 hours a day, but this is the same game for everyone. The only difference, it's which player from which pool do play in those games. So that's the only difference. So my client just need to hit the cache and maybe like the database and stuff like that. But for me, the NHL API stuff came from the background job who do consolidate all the data and stuff like that, put that to my database and etc. So with that cache, it's really simple. I'm gonna show you how I deal with that. You have event. One thing I really like also is the fact that one thing I like about event is it's you don't need to kind of like always call your function. Like, you have your event, you call this event, and you have many functions who can subscribe to this event. So it's pretty good. After that, the file storage is going to be really good to upload the image avatar. It's pretty simple. Also, the email. I know the design was not that good, but it's already done. So I don't need to manage nothing else. After that, I have the notification. So this is what I use. I use the notification to send the email, because maybe later I'm going to put them in the database. So I have kind of like a notification from Facebook. Also, you can have SMS, Slack, whatever. After that, the most important part of my app was queue. So that was one of the reasons. And one of the things I like is the fact they come with this dashboard. So Laravel Horizon. So you see like, so I've just restarted everything. So you see like I have quite all my job and etc. I can see my job, I can see those who are complete. I can see the failed one, I can retry them. I can check them why they have crash, and yeah, it's really nice. So this come already with Laravel, it's free. After that, you have also task scheduling. So the beauty of task scheduling is the fact that I can say, hey, I want at 1 a.m. each day to fetch the roster, and I want at 13 p.m., so 1 p.m. to fetch the game schedule, because the NHL API give me the schedule after 12. So I am not sure, so I just say 13, who from what I've seen in the past week, it's always the good time. So that's the thing. Plus, what I like about Laravel is they always they have already like the asset managing and stuff like that. And you're gonna see I'm a big React fan, but in this project, I don't want to use it. Why that? It's because I just feel like React will have been overkill for this kind of project. It's just showing data and I don't have a lot of interactivity. So yeah, I'm gonna show you like the API, how much that looks like. You have here the schedule. So this is the kind of schedule I'm getting from the NHL API. Again, those API are free, so you just so you see I get the game, so I know like you have those games who play today and stuff like that. After that, when you have the playoff, I need to have information to know like who is winning. But the thing is, they always give you all the rounds, so you need to know with the default round which round, etc. So you see, I have quite a lot of data. After that, you have the box score, who become pretty big because of the all the object of the user. And you have also the feed live. The feed live, it's so much big then I cannot even use my JSON viewer. And you see, it's crazy data. So this is the kind of stuff I need to deal with, and that's kind of why I deal with that in a background job. This way I like any user gonna need to pay for this request. Plus the beauty of doing this in my background job, like I say, I'm gonna save them to my database the way I want to. So for the UI, for those who have seen, yes, I'm using Tailwind CSS with some Tailwind UI components, stuff like that. Really love it. Plus in Laravel community, it's pretty big right now. I think even like Laravel 8 gonna came by default with Tailwind, so it's pretty nice. For some of the interactivity, like for some of the stuff moving, because this screen right now is not showing like real time, because right now all the games are done, but this thing is refreshing. So I'm using a poll finally. My component is polling like each 10 seconds to getting the information. So he can hit the cache or he can hit the new info from the DB, and this gonna update the screen each 10 seconds. So I'm using Livewire, so it's kind of like a way for you to kind of like refreshing your HTML by doing a JAX call, but without writing your JavaScript. So it's pretty good. So they use JavaScript behind the scene, but you do less JavaScript finally, and it worked really well. And I'm gonna show you how it works. It's pretty simple. And I'm using Alpine GS, which is made by the same author. So Alpine GS, it's kind of like a really small library for JavaScript, and it just kind of like a jQuery replacement, but who looks like a view. So you're gonna see like you use this kind of X data on your div finally, and this everything inside that now gonna have access to this data. So when you click on the button, you say open through, and DOL click away. So you see it's pretty simple. So I'm gonna show you some of the code. So for those who ask, yes, I'm using Blade. So I'm using the like kind of like the MVC pattern. Like I don't have a recipe or nothing, because like I told you, I'm using Livewire and stuff like that. So one of the things I want to show you, it's the test. Okay, so it's not finished yet because I'm starting writing tests of that, but like that's one of the beauty I like about Laravel. It's, you see here I have my fetch today game schedule job. So that's the thing for fetching the game today. And the way that works, it's one of the things I like, is the fact that you can fake your queue. So by faking your queue, you can after that assert against what you've done in your test. That was one thing. After that, I have those NHL client mock. And those mock finally are just JSON file copy from the response to a JSON file finally. And when I do the mock, what I'm doing, I'm doing HTTP fake, and this is the URL, and I say, hey, when I'm calling something from this schedule, give me back this response. So now I can work against that and don't hit the real API. After that, one thing I really like also, and I think that's going to be even much better in Laravel 8 with time traveling, I think, is the fact that now I can set some day, okay? So you can work with date. Like in test, going with date is pretty hard, but there they make it really easy. You create your date. So the Carbon create. So Carbon, it's kind of like your Wonmin JS, whatever you have. We have in JavaScript, data FNS. And here I create a date, which was like the 31 August, and that was the time zone America Toronto. And now I can say that, hey, I want the now, so right now to be this now. So It's pretty easy because after that, I can fetch my job. And now after that, I can see the earliest time. So here is the time I'm saving about, hey, the earliest time is supposed to be 19 hours, so 7 p.m. And now this is the earliest time I need to start my queue job about where I'm gonna have update games each 10 seconds for maybe 5 hours. After that, I check for the minute and stuff like that, and you see how simple is that for testing the fact that I did push a new update game schedule job, and I did push and the delay hour, because you can delay, like I said, hey, I dispatched that in 6 hours because look here, the date was 13 hours, the earliest time is 19, so I delayed the job to be 6 hours later. So those kind of stuff, it was why I did want to go with Laravel in this one. It's because the testing thing, I think I have not see a lot beating that. It's really good. Also working with the CDAR and stuff like that, because the thing is for the CDAR to make sure then the thing looks like the real thing. It's have all the players, all the conference, the division, the league, the team, everything saved in the CDAR who I can use for my test. And yes, my tests are much slower. Right now I think I have like 60 tests, something like that. And it take maybe like, I don't know, like 5-6 seconds, something like that. But I mean, I don't care for that. So that was one of the things I did want to show you about the testing. So if we want to see the job, so example, if we see the fetch today game schedule, his job is to get like the current schedule. After that, here I get the earliest time. So I say, hey, give me the first game, because that's the beauty of the NHL API. At least they order by game date. So give me the date of the time finally of the first game. And after dispatch this new update game schedule, and I want to delay that now from the difference with the earliest time. So here example, we are 13. Here it's 19, so they see the difference, it's 6. All that it's built in, I didn't need to install nothing, so it's pretty nice to have that in the framework. After that, I need to look each of the game. After that, I need to build some information, because maybe some of the game are the game are now in playoffs, so I need to append more stuff, and you create that to the database. That's the kind of job I have. And I have also the update game schedule job who become pretty bigger. So that's the kind of stuff I'm doing. After that, I did want to show you some Livewire stuff. So example, if we look here, they create a Livewire folder. So in the Livewire, example, here the live player are those players here at the bottom who now get the goal, assist, and total. The way that works, it's you have the render. It's almost like what you know if you use React and stuff like that. Almost the same name. You have your mount. Your mount means it's when it's creating. So here I pass a props called pool. So I give it from the pool to be public to this element. Because the thing is, this live player gonna just use what he have here in the public. So class. So after that, you have your render. So the render here all the stuff I want to do finally before I return the view and stuff like that. So I have my element and things like that. And the thing is, you see the fetch point function right there is the function now I can pull. So if I go to live player, now I comment it out because I don't want to hit that right now. I just finding a way to fetch the point only if need, but you just say div wire polls 10,000 milliseconds fetch point. So they say, hey, finally poll this function each 10 seconds. I think it's pretty nice. It's already done. Plus, finally, like Livewire say, they sell. It's like you stay in Blade, so I don't have to have like any JavaScript, and all those items gonna update in at the moment finally the fetch point is done. So it's really nice for that. He removed me a lot of the code, and I just keep the code in the PHP side, and I don't have a lot in the JavaScript one. So that was like the way Livewire works. I really like it. I don't use it a lot yet because I mean I don't feel I need it, but yeah, So this is the stuff here. After that, for the mail, invitation to pool. So when I invite someone to the pool, so you see like when I did invite John, so I create like a new job because Shulq. And finally, when I construct my invitation, this is one of the beauty again of Laravel. They give you a temporary sign route, so you can create finally a route who's gonna live for some time. And in this one, I just say live for a day. So, so this URL now is the URL the user can open in the browser, like we did in the incognito. And this URL after that is the one who is used to see, hey, you get invite, and now you can go in. And here you see when I build this message, I'm using a subject and I'm using a markdown. Another thing I really like is the fact that I can compose my mail using markdown and blade. So I create here an email folder inside view with pool. And now you see, you put your component. And now here you can use markdown. Here it's like the H1, the link. I have my mail button which is built by Laravel. I pass it the URL, so when you click this invitation, you get the URL and stuff like that. So again, stuff I really like. After that, one thing I want to show you, it's so example, if we go to the drop down, I want to show you some Alpine. You see here my drop down. I'm gonna show you. Right there, I click. You see I have that. I can click escape and this is closed. I can click away. The way that works, I have this div. This div, I have the X data is open. Here you see, hey, on key down escape is open become false. If you cannot have that easier than this, I think. After that, here the button I say is open equal true when you click on the button. So finally, when you click here, now it's become true. And finally, what I want to show you, it's here inside the div. After that, you can just use this click away and stuff like that. So the click away, it's when I just click away, it close. And this thing is show only if it's open. So yeah, so this is Alpine. It's really simple. You install that in one line. So yeah, so that was it for the project. So as you can see, I'm using Laravel because of what they give me. Like they give me a lot I don't need to think about. So I can just focus on the project finally. And maybe later, yes, I have some stuff where the performance, I don't like it. I mean, I know I can surely optimize that. And right now I'm debug, no cache, nothing. So I know that's going to be better. But for those things, maybe later, maybe in a year, if my project work, I'm going to maybe use Golang for some of those stuff or Node, whatever. But the important part is to finish that, to have my MVP and having people maybe use it. Because I don't want to lose like 6 months or a year working on a project and no one ever sign up. So that was it. I hope you enjoy. And maybe think if you want it, I'm maybe gonna do another overview of this project in a week or two, so you can see like what I have improved and stuff like that. And just ask me some question in the comment and stuff like that. I'm gonna answer all of those. And if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe if you didn't. So I hope you enjoy, and we're gonna talk in the next one. Bye everyone.